Hey there. So, hey Jacoby, or anyone that watches this in the future, but since Jacoby is the only subscriber at this point, hey dude. So tonight I'm working on the Rust application. Well, the base Rust. It's a really dark, like deep reddish color. So that's what I'm doing tonight. So I decided I want to save the chest piece for. Well, I did the back just kind of to see what it looked like. 1 second. Hey, go on. The cat's messing with my stuff. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to do this on camera. I already did the back, but I wanted to do this chest piece. I really wanted to see what it would look like on camera, at least for the first layer. So we've got a chip brush. It's still got paint on it from when I was working earlier. And we got my little mix of red. That I'll just use the same base, and I'll just make it progressively lighter as I go, as I need to build up the layers of rust. So, let's get into this. I apologize, I've got a little bit of a head cold, so if I sniffle, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's do this big chest portion first. As always, dabbing is key. I'm not doing it, but you know the drill. Um, Especially with this coloring, it's really, really, really important to get all the way in these little tiny cracks created. Like, it is very important. So I'm thinking I'm gonna finish these tonight, and then hopefully by tomorrow, well, I mean by the tomorrow they'll probably be dry, but hopefully tomorrow I can finish painting because I have the majority of the day off. Actually, I have most of tomorrow off, and then I have well, actually I have all of Sunday off. So this guy should be done real quick here. Hopefully, I say this hopefully because, you know, life is unpredictable, and you never know what'll pop up. Yeah, they're just some really, you can't really see it, but there's some really, really deep crevices. These corners, I just gotta, that's why I'm tilting it instead of just letting it sit up. Normally, is because I'm trying to use the light to look into all these little cracks, and if I see green, I'm just gonna put a bunch on there and really work it into those cracks. Oh yeah, there's a deep one I didn't even get green into. I didn't see it. Um, so for this first layer, it's just kind of getting it immediately into here, and when there's where there's like a heavy amount of rust dripping down, or where it's on the outside quite a bit. So let me finish this up here, and then I'll start working kind of on the outside of this centerpiece. Okay. So right here's our first heavy drip. It kind of starts here, and then kind of dips down. Hopefully once I paint it, you'll be able to see it, but maybe not. in these portions, I'm gonna dab. But as I get into these drip portions, I'm gonna start dragging my paintbrush because that's where the rust would have like dripped down slowly over the years and created that almost like dripping pattern. You almost want it to come down to not quite a fine point, but you kind of want it to taper off. This doesn't show it nearly as well as it does in person. So you'll just have to stop by Cedar Rapids Comic Con and take a look at it in person. So as I've got kind of this edge here, I'm just working my way around. You have to apologize if I keep looking down here. It's because I can see what it looks like on the camera, and I'm kind of trying to use both, like what I can see here and what I can see on the camera, to kind of influence what I'm doing, where I'm putting more of this. Yeah. Sorry, you probably can't. There we go. Let me get a better grip so you can see. Also, I'm sorry if this isn't really a super talkative video. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right so I don't have to go back in and touch it up so much. Probably should have did this first, but I'll probably go back in with a black, like a watered down black acrylic, and do a wash over it just to get it kind of that weathered look. Yeah, this piece is super rigid now after all the coats of paint, everything. There we go. Where are you at, cat? So, Jacoby knows this, but I don't know if anyone happening upon this video will know this. But the cat likes to come into my shop and steal things. And I can hear her moving around. Hey! Where are you at? 1 second. Where are you at? Go on. But no, I'll be working on like like maybe a piece of foam, and I'm cutting it painstakingly, and the cat will run by and swipe it from me and then take off, and I'll never see it again. So maybe like 30 minutes of work of making something perfect, and it's just gone. And maybe I'll find it way after the fact. What is she getting into? gonna pause the video real quick and get back to you because I'm gonna go shoo the cat out of the basement. And we're back. Excuse me. I just got so excited to shoot the cat out of the basement. I can still hear her. She ran back in. Oh yeah, painting. Let's see. I'm gonna do this this V up here next. God, the cat, she is just full of something tonight. She is running around like crazy. I don't know. I don't know. She's doing. Okay. Sorry, I'm just debating on I don't think I should put as much rust up here, but it really gets heavy down in here, so I'm wondering if this brush is too big. See, this is what happens in the shop even when the camera's turned on. Like it's the dilemma of, are you going to make the right choice? Because if I go in and paint this and it looks great, well, it looks great. Or if I paint it and it looks terrible and I should have used a smaller brush, well, then I have to go back in with green and fix my mistakes, and no one wants to do that. So I think I'm going to err on the safe side. I'm going to use this to go in through all the chunks taken out, and then I'll go back in with a smaller brush and fill in around these pieces. So. Again, just buttloads of silence. Usually it's I can think and talk at the same time because I'm just working with a knife or something like that. It sounds counterintuitive that I can think better while holding a sharp object than I can holding just something covered in red paint. But for some reason, or even green paint, for some reason the red paint has this gravity about it that it almost feels like if you get it on something, it's not going to come off. Looking great. No, my chip brush is getting a little, I don't know if you can, it's starting to fall, well, starting to fan out or whatever. It's not becoming as, being as useful as it once was. So I might have to change it out with another one. Actually, I don't even know if I have another chip brush, so I guess I'll just have to survive on this one piece. Oh god. Oh god. Wait. Okay, just so you can see my mistake. I got overzealous, so I gotta wipe some of that away. Yeah. There we go. So we don't waste it. We gotta just never lose paint. God damn, I apologize. This is the worst commentary ever. I just wanted to start this and get a video out on it before I just kind of went ham on it. But it is 8:37 at night and I am exhausted. I was up at well, I think I got up at 6 and I did my taxes. So I got those completed early. Very exciting, I know. And then the rest of the day I just worked on Springtrap. I painted and after I finish this one, I'll show you kind of what I added, what I didn't show on camera because I wasn't sure if it was going to work, which I should have anyway. Otherwise, this wouldn't be Iron Pirate cosplay where we're flying by the seat of our pants. If I don't show some pants flying on the page. I might be laying it a little thick on here, and it's probably because this brush is just slowly dying. I keep trying to flatten the bristles out, but it's seen better days. Here, we'll do this there we go. It reminds me of growing up because we were the Spirit Lake Indians, and so homecoming we always had. I know it's probably not the most politically correct thing, but like it was memory. It was school memory. Gosh, I don't know why my nose is so stuffy tonight. I mean, usually it only happens when it's dry, and it's been super nice. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, this is gonna dry on a lot darker, like you can see right here. It's really red, and then this is already turning into it looks really brown on camera, but like when you look at it in the light, it's very definitely red. Also, I apologize, my chair is squeaky tonight. I'm gonna have to get some WD-40 out. Fix that. Maybe it's always squeaked, and I just haven't noticed it because it's really quiet down here. There. Forgot that my hat was on backwards, so I went to go drop the bill to fix it. Get tired, exhausted, like 6 o'clock working all day. Done cosplay. 1 o'clock. Go to job until 7 o'clock. And now I'm back here working on cosplay again. Might be the most honest video I think I've made thus far. I'm sniffly. Talked about taxes. I've chased a cat around the basement. We're getting real tonight. sorry, just looking at it on camera. I'm really digging the color, and what's great about this is, you know, anyone that takes art knows that red is across from green on the color wheel. They're complementary. And the fact that he is green, and that I'm adding, like, I mean, rust is red, kind of. It's, you know, there's different colors to it. But I really like this contrast between these two colors on. Like, this here is a little bit easier to see it. Wow, we're already at 21 minutes. 21 minutes of me absolutely rambling. I should have picked up more chip brushes. I knew it. When I went out and bought supplies last, I got a bunch of X-Acto knives and other things. I looked at the chip brushes and I was like, I got enough of them. I mean, I have a couple more, but like, a 3-inch is very impractical for this. Oh wait, ooh, actually, I have a 1-inch. What am I working with now? This is also a 1-inch, so guess what? I have a spare. Ah! Oh! Ooh, got paint on me. Yeah, I should have took a picture earlier, but I had paint just all up and down my, well, green paint all up and down my arm. I ain't even gotten some on my face. It was like right about here. I'm going to bed directly after this. I may not work in the morning, but I'm going to be getting up early and starting this all over again. And I still need to edit the video that me putting my closet together for the shop. And I mean, I could put it up as is, but it would have been 20, 30, 40, I can't remember how long it was, of me just sitting cross-legged, being confused at instructions, and then it slowly materializing. And so I wanted to speed up parts of it so it wasn't so, you know, monotonous and whatnot, and excuse me. I couldn't. I was kind of researching different movie makers, and I'm still kind of looking into them just to see what one will work for me, because I don't want to do one video on this one and then try this one and this one. So I'm kind of using like a standard, like one small clip I filmed. I'm just putting it through the different engines, trying to figure out what one I like better. I mean, if you have any suggestions, let me know. Which at this point, it's Jacoby. Jacoby, do you have any suggestions for me? Because I have no clue what the kids are doing these days, making their movies. Actually, it was pretty unfortunate because I was like, oh yeah, Windows Movie Maker. Because I have a Windows computer, and I made a bunch of movies on Windows when I was in high school, only to find out the other day that they have discontinued that software. You can no longer, on the Windows 10 I have, you can't run Windows Movie Maker. It's been discontinued. So there's that. And I wish I had a Mac. If I had a Mac, I also know how to use that Movie Maker too, but I do not have a Mac. Oh, put too much. You just swipe it. swipe it off there, and then you use it to touch up your makeup. Your war paint. Because this is war, people. This is going to be entered in a costume contest. It's on. Other contestants. Watch out. My man Jacoby's coming for you. Okay. Oh, the puppy's snuggled in the corner. We're almost there. And then I can sleep. Yeah, no, I won't be able to do those pieces tonight. I am too pooped to party right now. Oh shoot, I was going to show you the thing I added. I don't even know if you can see it. There is a seam right there. And this seam is nothing. It's there just because it makes the whole suit symmetrical. Let me set my paintbrush down. So if you rotate it this way, you can also kind of see the same seam. I got a little crazy with the stuff, so it kind of sticks out more. But that's where you take it apart. There's a little lip here, so when you Velcro it in, it hides it. So it doesn't look as pretty as I thought it would, but camera-wise, especially since this is not the side he's going to be taking pictures from for the most part, it's going to be this side. I think it looks pretty good. And they're also up top here. You might be able to see a little bit of a lip right here, a little dedupe. You know, I was worried. Sorry, there. Nudged you with my knee. I was actually kind of worried because I thought I hadn't made enough red, but I've got, looks like 3 ounces left, so I feel like that's how much it took to paint all of these. Like, it barely took any acrylic just to get a good coat on it. I mean, I sealed it up pretty nice, and so yeah, it's looking great. Okay, gonna retire this paintbrush into the abyss and pick out a new paintbrush. Okay, this one is actually has actual rust on it. I don't know if you can see it, but this one has seen way better days. It's, yeah, all this actual rust, which you see how, here, we'll just do a side-by-side comparison here, how dark that rust is and how light this rust is. That's because if you look at this rust, there are layers to it. It's really dark, but then there's lighter layers on top. So, yeah, that's the plan. So now I'm gonna go around his outside belly. I believe I got everything else, and that will end my night. So let's do it. We're running at 30 minutes, so this might be even longer than the Dremel video. So let's get it. I just realized something. His belly's a different color. Okay. So I'm gonna do... So I actually kind of did the same thing for the head. I'll have to re-go into his rust and stuff like that anyway. But I actually repainted all this green. If you follow like my social media and stuff, you'll notice maybe that that's way lighter than what I had it painted as. Because I went back in and I painted it to match this green. Because when I mixed the head paint, I didn't mix enough for the body, so I had to remix more. Which I actually just dumped the old in it, so there's a little bit of old Springy in the suit, his old face. But that, and I think the color is way better. It's more true to the third game, and actually all the games. But I guess this is what's really, really important. It was getting red in these spaces, so no regrets there. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish up taking red around the outside. But I'm gonna have to go back and I might save that for like a small video. Yeah. What's funny is I was thinking about that today. I was like, I need to mix up, take a little bit of this olive Springtrap green and mix it with some black just so I can make his dark tummy. And I just slipped my mind. I got so excited to put rust on it, I just forgot. So, bonus material for you. You're gonna see more failure from me. So, but that doesn't mean failure is not a bad thing. Jacoby, if you've hung in there for the 33 minutes that we're now going on, failure is not a problem. It just points out some things to you. Like, if I would have slowed down, thought through what I was doing, I would have done this. I would have done the belly. But I got overly excited, so goes to show you, when you have a project, calm down, think through what you're doing, and then execute. Don't dive head first. If they don't go into anything tired, don't be up. Oh, what is now 9 o'clock at night, painting, talking to a camera by yourself in a basement. No music, just you and your thoughts and a camera. Just go to sleep at a reasonable time. Okay. Oh, I smeared it again. So, I mean, I'm going to be painting over that spot anyway, but I just don't want it to be. This is minorly getting on my nerves tonight. It's like painting rust on. I've done that before. I did that with the head. I did that within like a half hour. I had that baby cranked out. Not the whole head, but like just the rust portion. And like, I'll just do a video of this, no problem. I mean, something I've already done. Won't need to think about it that much, but that wouldn't be in the... Probably got paint on me. No? I mean, this is one of my painting shirts, so... What was I saying? Oh, yeah. It wouldn't be Iron Pyrite style to not be flying by the seat of his pants in a video, so... what you see is what you get. That's why I made this channel, is because I wanted to document all of my belly flops during cosplay. Like, they're embarrassing, but everyone has them, so just don't forget, Jacoby, or anyone watching, failure is always an option. And, speaking of failure, I'm gonna call it a night with this thing. It's not an overall failure, but I did not think through the painting of this. Love the rust, but I'm gonna have to go back in and fill this back in with another color. But for now, ah, my body doesn't want to end the video. Okay, this has been Iron Pirate Cosplay. See you next time.